Hello, and welcome to Lidar, a mod for Garry's mod. Now, I decided to download Gmod today because I was going to make a poster, like I usually do on this game. It's about the only thing I do on this game anymore. But I find this mod, and it looked really interesting, it looked cool, so I decided, you know what, hey, I will download it. I played it for, like, 5 minutes, and it looks really cool. I want to do a video on it. So here we are. Just open a simple game of Construct, because why not? So this is a fresh Gmod download, no goatsy or anything. So let's get started. Now when you start off, it looks like any other Gmod, just pitch black. But when I click right mouse, it's this. Now this itself already had me pretty hooked. Look at this. It is so cool. This is going to be a very quiet video. I'm going to not talk a lot, but I just want to walk you through something very cool that's on the workshop at the moment. It's pretty new, I believe. This is the first time I'm seeing it, so awesome. I mean, out of all things, look at this. I mean, just, wow. This is what happens when you click left mouse. And if you click control, you can focus it. So you gotta leave fucking beep-bop shooter. So you can be like any child on Gmod and draw penises. This is such a cool mod, and I'm so happy that I find this, because oh my god, it is a gem. Like, I don't usually play Gmod game modes, okay? Because, I don't know, it's not 2013 anymore, and I don't really give a shit about playing Trouble in Terrorist Town or Prop Hunt. But this is just feels like a completely different game, and it's so cool. Now down here would usually be the white room and the mirror room. Okay. Now this is where this mod starts to show its real roots, and this is where I stopped playing. But that happened and I closed out and I stopped because oh my god. The white room is no longer very white, it's just the dots room. No, I have no idea how else this continues after that. There's no mirror. Oh. There is a mirror. interesting. But you can tell already, the mood has just completely changed. It is immediately 10 times different from what it was. I downloaded this expecting it just to be like a cool gimmick mod, where it would just show a cool experimental idea that somehow Source could do. But it turned into something like completely different. And if you haven't already noticed, construct is inverted. So you see, if I look over here, normally from the mirror room, if you look to your right when coming out, it would be the opening to go outside. But here you've got the dark room. The dark room. And left is instead where the tall building is. Which, when I noticed that, oh, it fucking sent me. I could not believe it. It felt so weird. See, construct already, like this, with like funny dots, feels so much different. But just adding that level of, wait a minute, that's not where I remember it being. It's just enormously different. But you can see what I mean by this just feels like a completely different game. And I implore anybody to try this immediately. Because, oh my god. I don't know what else this mod holds. Apart from a less spooky scare. It could totally just be that. It could just be that, or like a scare every once in a while, just to give you something to do. But I have no idea. Zero clue on what this mod really wants from you, or me. And it's so scary. Like, just listen to the absolute nothing. It is incredible. It is so bizarre. And a feeling I have never had in Gmod before, and it's so unique. Maybe there's been other horror games not on the Source engine that have done this sort of thing before. But I wouldn't know. I don't really look for a lot of indie horror games unless they just come on my lap. Stuff like Lost in Vivo, that I was introduced to that through a Vine Sauce video, which was really cool. But this is so different. Because it's on a game I'm so familiar with. And I know like the back of my hand. Yet it's so different. and just so unique. I hate to bring it up again, but the fact that it's inverted just is so jarring to the brain. Since I've been working with maps like Construct for so long, and it's so cool. And such a unique experience that I'm such a pussy when it comes to horror though. So I'm really fucking surprised after the first funny jump scare that I just don't close down and then just stop playing and just move on with my life. That's usually what anything that genuinely gives me a fright will fucking make me do. But my curiosity is so piqued here. I just cannot help but continue. It's very slow-paced horror, though. What I mean by that is, like, I feel like you could probably go on for, like, maybe 20 minutes without seeing a single thing. Because when I downloaded this and opened it up, I spent so long just walking about doing this, and nothing happened. And then that scare happened, that first boom, where it shuts down. And I just knew, oh, this is beautiful. Now, this building has always been weird. Even in normal Construct, this building itself is just so bizarre. It's completely empty. Nothing. No structure to it apart from the exterior. And even this interior is just tall. That's it. The roof has some substance, but that's barely anything. I do like how the different materials, though, are differently coated with dots. The grass is this. The watering construct is non-existent. Well, if you know Gmod maps, you should be familiar already with the haunted construct, where it actually implements, like, lay funny shadow men into the map. That'll just be around, like, any corner. This really, it kind of just, like, takes that source horror to such a different level. Because with the fact that this doesn't feel like Source. Apart from the fact that I can clearly see the Half-Life 2 pistol right there. I can't even tell if it's just a PNG of the pistol, by the way. It looks like it. Like, that just looks like a PNG of the Half-Life pistol. But I have no idea. Oh, really? Thank you. That scared It's so good how, like, not every single dot you place stays, since they have to disappear. If all of them stayed, I would probably already be in computer hell at this point, actually blowing up. But this is such a massive difference to me. I haven't felt like this playing Gmod ever. I've felt that feeling on source made maps, empty source made maps, where it just feels like you're being watched and it just feels haunted. I've played liminal maps, I've played stupid fucking normal Gmod horror maps where it does funny Jeff the Killer face jump scare. But nothing like this. Absolutely nothing. And with so many great indie horror games and normal horror games even now coming out, like Iron Lung is such, like, if you heard of Iron Lung, it's so different from what horror games come out normally, and it's not like it even pushes in your face like funny horror. But this, it has that same sort of feeling for me, where I don't feel like horror is being just pushed in my face for a funny jump scare. But I feel like I'm just going through and experiencing it. Like, I would be really surprised if one point in this I just Gmod ragdoll and die because of a Shadow Man. It would be fucking hilarious. But I don't expect that sort of thing from a mod like this. It's even like coming up to a wall like this and scanning it, and a lot of it just becomes so like pristine and clear. It's so cool. It's the infamous dark room, which what the fuck? That just sends me into panic, and it's so bizarre. It's so weird. Like, I can already playing this, I feel so confident in saying that this is by far the best Gmod horror experience I have ever had. It's so unique and so cool, and I absolutely would love to understand where the idea came for this, and the inspiration, or just the ability to make it is just incredible to me. like pure silent and non relying on ambient horror is something I really love, and I wish I could like replicate in media so much, because it is such a universally understandable and relatable fear and thing to be scared of, is just this dead silence, and the fact that I could scan right now and then suddenly nothing. Something could have been there, something couldn't have been there. But there was nothing. Just the sound of my scanner. And that's it. You can also zoom in, which is very interesting. I don't understand why that would be a prime mechanic. I don't... Ho ho. 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 Okay. Ho. Ho ho. Oh. That is... Oh. Ho ho. I have no words for that. None. 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 Nothing can escape my fucking mouth. Oh. Oh my god. Now there's really only one last spot on Construct I could think to go. Because we've been to everywhere. Really. We've defended ourselves from scary dot men. So the last thing I really can think to do is this. Okay. Now the muffled sound of the scanner, it's so weird. I notice I'm using a lot of the same like descriptors and ways to describe things, but I just don't have a lot of words for this because I'm speechless. This is so cool, and I'm nerding out over it so much. Whoever made this, the creator of this, is amazing. Like, oh my lord, this is just a perfect project, and I hope they decide to make an actual game like this, or even just on the Source engine. But I guess that's kind of the thing. I believe you can just take this game mode onto any map. And it should be this experience. It should be like this. Maybe not inverted like Construct is, but different. That silence still just gets me. I mean, seeing the dotted outlines of construct, which I'm so familiar with, is just... like, usually I feel comfortable on construct playing it. Like, it's just such a simple map to open up when you either just want to do something very simple or just have fun, mess around, spawn some dupes, you know? But this throws that comfortability out the fucking window. It's gone. Now, I wonder what were to happen if I walked around just in the dead, pitch black. I don't think anything. But it would be interesting. Well, I'm gonna leave this here. If there's more to be found in this mod, I strongly urge anyone else to go find that and go experience that for yourselves. But for now, for a video at least, this is amazing. Anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and have a good day, good night, good evening, good whatever, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.